What's up, guys? Hopefully Stacy and Ed will join in soon. This is welcome everybody to Small Engine Performance Saturday. First of many themed Saturday shows I had planned throughout the summer. Next one is in June. It's going to be metal fabrication. Hi, Nate. Hi, Angry Dog. See, guys, y'all talk about having a celebrity in y'all's live stream. I got Steven. How cool is that, guys? That's how we roll at BS Small Engines. Got Ed on. Now we just waiting on Stacy to join us. And then I'll probably have to go back out and deal with this customer real quick with the motorcycle. But it'll be real quick. Hey, Jay.
Hello, everybody. How you doing this evening?
Hey, Steven, my tractor's still waiting for that clutch to be put in. Stacy, I'll repost the link again, Stacy. Hold on. Try now, Stacy. And then if anybody else is in here that wants to join the panel that's experience and performance, please let me know and we'll get that hangout link to y'all.
Damn, I finally got in.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Well, since I got you two in, I guess I better introduce y'all. Twisted R Racing, he's a lawnmower racer. Polar Bear Ed, he's a garden tractor puller.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing?
And guys, I'm sorry, but I'll be right back. I gotta deal with a customer.
All right. This stupid phone.
Hi, Stephen, Greg, El Camino. Hey, Jimmy. Craig. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, I made it in here.
David is the 212 guru of our crew. So. And he's getting pretty proficient on the 420. So.
Oh yeah. Still got to get that connecting rod. Once I get that, I'll be good for a little while.
Hey, well, that flywheel that I sent you worked on the 422, won't it?
Yeah.
All right.
390, the 340, 420, the 301.
Stephen Cox. Did I read that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm back, guys.
Hey, Stephen Cox is in here, man.
Sure can, Steven.
I've been a fan of Stevens and Chucky for a long time.
Yeah, I've been
So have
watching.
I.
I've been watching Chucky's channel before he even moved to Texas. Back when he was in Ohio. It was Ohio, wasn't it, Steven?
Yeah, Chucky's originally from Ohio.
Yeah. I think he's up there around the area where my uncle lives up there. That's where he's originally from.
Hey, mod up Steven.
Already did.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Steven, get on my channel. I'll mod you up there, too.
Hey, Hot Rod, thanks for joining in, buddy.
Yeah, I was trying to get some of those Texas Outlaw bike, mini bike guys, but I think they're out racing this weekend.
Yeah, I think they had a race in Waco this weekend, didn't they?
No. I think it's down close to Victoria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was way down there.
I tried to get Grant and them to hook up with my racing club.
They should, because they could race mini bikes in. Didn't y'all do that one time? Didn't y'all do that one time on the strawberry farm?
Yeah, we had mini bike races and we had go-kart races out there, too.
Yep. I know a lot of you guys missed that strawberry farm.
Yeah, Dennis was a good guy. I don't know if he's going to... the club got a new president, and it's kind of... I don't want to say too much. I need to try to be nice.
Hey, Nate, welcome to the chat.
Early on, we already got 16 people in here. I must have did something right. It'll get more as it goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you run with the big dogs, you know.
Yeah.
And we got Stephen Cox in here. He's the pit bull of the group.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be in a stream with Steven.
Hell, I'm just proud to be in the same damn room with him, much less be on the same channel. Shit.
I wish I was able to go there to that swap meet on Saturday so I could have met up with him. But I went Thursday instead.
Oh, Pete, I wish
Yep.
you'd call me because I was home. I forgot all about it. Tommy was Small and Fun was supposed to go too. I don't know if he went or not.
It's a great swap meet. I just didn't take a lot of money this time, which was probably a good thing.
Yeah. Anytime you go to something like that, leave your money at home.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, I'll get stopped here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Get my computer out. I gotta get away from this major city that I'm in.
I'm just going to keep plugging away at this live stream tonight. don't know. Like I said, I fix small engines for a living. I don't hardly ever mod them.
If it takes gas and oil and has a piston and a crankshaft in it, it can be modified to go faster.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it can.
Got a group here that can show you how to modify it the safe way.
Hey, I was working on a military zero turn one time, and the governor clip came off the linkage. I took off flying through the field before I could get it to stop. $10,000 zero turn there.
Oh, I can imagine you were singing some words real quick.
Yep.
Oh, he wasn't singing nothing. He was running his ass off trying to catch it.
Don't want to destroy one of those.
No.
Craig, whose account got hacked?
What?
Somebody's account got hijacked.
Hey, Craig, did you use your big dog? Mow that.
Yeah, that zero turn Craig got is the shit now.
It's a beast.
Like a freaking Volkswagen. Oh, okay.
Oh, bad boy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That one I was telling y'all about that I worked on that had that big deck was a Swisser.
I've had a couple of Skag, the Skag zero turns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't care for them.
I work on their walk behinds a lot. They're pretty good mowers. I mean, there ain't much to them.
Yeah, this was $10,000 Skag, and we mowed that 5 acres there, you know, that we had cleared at the house. I don't know, half a dozen times with it. I had to fix it 4 out of the 6 times we used it, and I'm like, we need to get rid of this thing. Well, it's cheaper for me to pay somebody to mow the grass than it was to keep repairing the damn mower.
Yeah. I usually don't use my mowers to mow. I wait until a customer brings in a zero turn or something, then I mow the yard. You have to test it, right, to make sure it runs right?
Yep.
That's right. That's right. They come to get their mower and say, well, does it mow? Well, look around.
Yeah.
And you know what? All my customers have no problem with that.
Hey, you got to check your work before you turn it loose.
Yep. Same with when they bring in scooters and four-wheelers and go-karts.
I'll tell you what, don't look on Facebook for any go-kart frames.
Yeah.
I get my pipe bender finished. I'm gonna start building go-kart frames.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to build some go-kart frames.
I think that's gonna be my retirement deal. I'm gonna start. I've got a line on all the parts and everything. If I can design my own frame and get it to come out right, I may just retire and build go-karts for a living.
Yeah, there you go. The dream right there.
And be a YouTube superstar.
Yep. Just don't tell Greg.
I I may be a skinny YouTube superstar, but I'm freaking starved to death.
YouTube keeps doing what they're doing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to make any money off of them.
Nope.
Oh, that's Stephen Cox's son. Okay. Why is he deleting Nate's comments?
I do not know. I don't know what's going on there.
And he put Nate in timeout. That ain't cool, dude.
Who did that?
Stephen Cox's son.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that ain't cool, dude. Hey,
Yeah,
Brandon,
look.
I believe I would think about removing that moderator status.
Yeah. Looks like I got a neighbor in the thing. Ronald's in Cove. Copper's Cove, which is the next town over.
Hey, Ronald.
Hey, Ronald. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
You know what? I got Stephen Cox's business phone number. I may make a phone call. He worked on my truck one time.
Hey, that's the problem with plugin everywhere. We're gonna get a lot of people in there like that tonight. Why is not Craig not a mod? I swore I modded him.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, it's definitely YouTube.
Vincent, we're not going to put up with that.
No, we're not.
I'm gonna need a lot of mods on there I could trust tonight because I have a feeling we're gonna have where I put this all over Facebook. We're gonna have a lot of people come in tonight.
The people wanted it. What people are you talking about? I'm looking at the chat and I don't see it.
Do what, David?
The one that's running under Stephen Cox said that the people wanted it. They said, I asked them, and I don't see where it said anything about go-karts having to be blocked or even message deleted or anything.
You know how to fix this?
Yep.
Brandon, if you want me to quit, all you got to do is say, I'm just covering your ass here.
Oh, it's fine.
Look like we're going to have our hands full here.
Yeah, this might have been a bad thing of plugging it everywhere.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's just a kid. I got a bunch of nieces and nephews, so. And I've done some crazy stuff when I was a kid.
I think we all did crazy stuff when we were younger.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I can't say I had never done it. Hey, Brandon, who did you get to do your hat?
I do all my own stuff here in house.
Oh, sweet.
And you ain't hooked your brother up yet?
Y'all had someone else at the time.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're looking for somebody new.
Yeah.
And Nate said he pushed his buttons a bit.
I did too.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing good. We got 11 likes and 1 thumbs down, and just got it started.
Hey, you got your thumbs down already, so.
Yep. See, that was the problem, Angry Dog. When I was young, stuff started like that started getting real big. When I was his age, stuff like that was starting to get real big. Got in a lot of trouble on the internet.
When I was a kid, the internet didn't exist. Hell, I was a young adult before we got pages. I just told y'all how old I am, I guess.
Still ain't old enough. The internet's around.
Yep.
Hey, Pete.
Hi, Peeper. El Camino.
Cheeseburgers. I figured you'd be eating corn dogs. Yeah, Matt's probably mad. Matt's probably mad at me. So you gonna keep calling this Small Engine Performance Saturday, Brandon?
I was hoping we'd get some people in with some questions or something. I even brought some small engine building tools in.
Sweet deal. You got your...
Well, start talking about it. We'll
Yeah. Like this thing right here that Nate needs.
Ah, the ring squeezer.
I got an extra valve spring compressor I need to send to him too.
Yeah. Which also brought in 2 different styles.
Yeah, I have the little one is the one I have. I got 2 of those.
Yeah. I use this one right here for overhead valves, and then this one for flatheads.
Yeah.
I've got 2 or 3 different styles. Yeah.
I got one that was designed for something with Chevys. My uncle gave it to me.
Hey David, is there a way to get on my channel and share Brandon's screen?
Might be able to.
Do like a little short live clip or something and say if link in the description and put his link in there and see if we can get some people in here.
All right. Give me a second. Yeah.
Hey Nate, I don't know if you have one, but one of these ring expanders is handy too. It helps prevent you from breaking your rings installing them.
Yeah, just don't overstretch them.
Yeah.
They'll snap them that way too.
Hey Dragon Slayer, you got a new subscriber.
Hey, Nate, do you have the 3/8 torque wrench? Or you just got the 1/4 inch?
Oh, that may be okay. I see who that is.
All right, I'm gonna bow out for a few minutes so I can get this thing going.
Oh, another thing, good investment, guys, for building engines is a set of bore gauges.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I got like 2 or 3 different types of sets of these. I guess I didn't show it to good on the darn camera looking back at this. There.
Hey, Brandon, my bore gauges. I found them in a pawn shop. They're Sterrett bore gauges. I found them in a pawn shop. The complete set from 1 to 7, and I give $25 for the whole set. And I opened the box up, took them out, lifted the foam up, and the certification sheet was underneath it. They had just been certified 2 weeks before I bought them.
Nice. I got the other side, which is more like that. I bought at auction. I bought a whole small engine setup shop out for $80 one time at auction. No one was bidding against me.
I did the same thing, Brandon. I went to a small engine shop that was going out of business, and I got the valve seat cutters, valve cutters, a bunch of other miscellaneous tools and everything,
I'll be
all on
back
a
in a
big,
second, guys.
box. And I paid $20 for it.
I got the valve guide, the OEM valve guide kit for Briggs and Stratton. I had 2 of them. I sold one on eBay. That alone paid for what I spent at that auction.
A lot of your tool trucks can recalibrate or test your torque wrench. Yeah, and in my opinion, the 2 most important things to torque on your motors when you're putting them back together is the flywheel and the head. You definitely don't want to over torque or under torque your flywheel.
Yep. And your heads, you want to make sure after 30 minutes of running and go back and retorque.
Yeah, I actually do it 3 times, 3 heat cycles.
Yeah.
On mine.
It never hurts, especially on those pullers, because a lot of times y'all are shaving the heads for more compression.
Yeah, the higher the compression, just to make sure that everything's seated in and everything. Yep.
Of course, Nate, you know what this is. I think this one explains itself. One thing I don't know, it's one thing I don't have, and is a good tool to have, and I had to rent one before, is a cylinder ridge reamer.
Yeah, the cylinder ridge reamers are nice to have.
Yeah.
The other thing I like, I don't have one anymore. I let somebody borrow it and never come back, is the ring filer to grind the ends of the rings to set the gap.
Yeah. I need to buy a valve seat cutter. I had to borrow someone else's when I did the my 15 horsepower Briggs. Took it to a machine shop here local, and the guy was telling me my valve guide was bad on it and wouldn't do it. But I had the OEM Briggs tool that checks those valve guides.
Well, some of the Briggs were known for that valve guide to move. So if he's seen that thing had moved up a little bit or something, that's what he may have been talking about. I don't know if you know, because I know from experience, once those things move, especially in the Briggs, they won't stay in place.
That's pretty awesome, Craig. I love Jay Young's live streams. I go over there every time he has one.
Yep, Nate, that's exactly what that end gapper is. It's just a flat thing with a V, and then it has a disc in it. It has a crank, and you put your ring in it, and you turn it and file the end of it off.
Unless you have to have your engine bored, and then you don't have to do that because they'll get rid of it when they bore the engine out.
Hey, Harold.
I want to get the tools to increase the size of the valve.
Okay.
I want a bore bar.
See what, Brandon?
I want a bore bar. It's getting harder to find small engine or machine shops that'll machine these engines, these small engines.
There's a guy that we use there's one guy up around Nashville, and there is a guy in College Station that'll do it, but Lord, he's slow.
Well, probably close to you for a professional place would be Midwest Super Cub up in Iowa.
Yeah, me and Brandon both are in Texas.
Yeah, you'd have to ship them.
Yeah.
But they got the CNC machines to do them.
Brandon had that 3-shoe hone. I like the ball hone.
Yeah, the ball hones are better.
I call them dingleberry hones. But
yeah. Especially since I've seen people do it if it's close enough, but all I'm using a hone for is deglazing. I'm not trying to bore it out. I've seen people hone them out that if they're close enough to the bore size already, but I just use one to deglaze.
Yeah, deglaze and put the hash marks back in for oiling.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that.
I have increased the bore 20,000 with a hone, but it took forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only bad part about that is if it's a little egg shaped, it's going to stay egg shaped as it's getting bigger.
Yeah, I mean, these were just junk motors we were playing around with, but believe it or not, the bore come out true. I mean, the true circle.
Hey, on my motors, usually when it's time to bore them out, they're egg shaped.
Yeah. Well, my race motors are for damn sure.
sometimes there ain't much skirt left on the piston either.
No. You blow up an opposer or a V-tween at 10,000 RPM. It comes apart. It comes apart in a dramatic way.
Well, what a lot of the guys are doing now in the big V twins to get the 50 cubic inch out of them or 52 cubic inch out of them, they're actually welding aluminum plates on the outside of the cylinders to keep the jugs on because they're so thin. By the time they get them bored out, they'll actually lift off or crack the block in half.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ouch.
Well, we're getting up there pretty high in compression too, and those blocks were never meant to take that kind of compression.
Well,
You know,
rumor has it from some friends of mine, my Kohler rep that I used to use and everything. Me and him are real good friends. Rumor is that Kohler's coming out with a 60 cubic inch engine.
I heard that too.
The bore sleeve that they're using will make it be thick enough that it'll be capable of boring it to 79 cubic inches. That's almost 20 cubic inches. That has to be a hell of a sleeve they're putting in that thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be sending me the specs on it. That'd probably be, to get a new one, that'd probably be a $4,000 motor.
Yeah, that would be a big dollar motor.
Hey, didn't y'all race with the guy who took a brand new Cub Cadet and turned it into a race mower?
Yeah, Joe Hopkins.
Yep.
Sure did. His shop is not very far from you.
He's in Burnett, I think.
Yeah. A-Line Outdoor Products
Yeah.
is him.
I'm about to go to Burnett probably sometime this week. We gotta pick up a horse trailer.
Yeah, he new Cub Cadet off the floor
Yeah.
from A-Line Outdoor Power Supply and built a race car out of it. He's still got the mower deck on. He said it's never cut a blade of grass.
Oh wow.
I've seen guys in Poland take brand new sheet metal and put them on them, but the newer Cub Cadets and stuff, the frames aren't suitable for it.
This was a brand new machine, Ed. Brand 0 hours.
In fact, I swear that Hot Wheels based their Hot Wheels after that mower. I swear they did.
I think he built this mower to look like the Hot Wheels.
Got you. Y'all know what I was playing around with not too long ago was I heard about doing it, but taking one of those Harbor Freight belt sanders and being very careful and taking some of the off my head on my Kohler K241. You just have to be very careful and take tiny bits off at a time.
Well, if you're just trying to true it up or whatever, I use a piece of glass and some real fine sandpaper.
Yeah, I do that too.
I got a marble.
Go ahead.
I got a marble slab. that I use.
Yeah, that works too. But like I was about to say, on the belt sander, if you do that, you still have to use a piece of glass and a piece of fine sandpaper to help kind of check and tune it in fully.
Yeah, I've seen guys try to use belt sanders, and any uneven pressure on that thing will make that head uneven. It'll make it
Yep.
tapered or whatever. So I
Yeah,
prefer to.
you run a jug real quick.
Yep.
Of course, back in the day, a lot of those guys was taking their heads and rubbing them on concrete.
Yeah.
I seen my grandpa take the head off a 250 6-cylinder and rub it on the sidewalk till he thought it was flat, and then put it back on.
But older engines was tougher anyway. I ran a Briggs & Stratton motor one time with RTV for a head gasket all summer long.
I've seen guys use copper spray for head gaskets.
Yep.
I mean, I copper coat my head gaskets, but it's just a thin piece of copper, anyways.
Yeah, I like the thin copper head gaskets. You know, you can get them in different thicknesses now. Used to, you got them, they were one thickness. You can get different thicknesses of the copper shim now.
Yep. I got the thinnest or second to the thinnest one that the place where I get them from makes to still have valve clearance.
About 10,000.
Yeah, but I also have what they call the fire ring in there too. It's a groove put in the head, and it's a copper wire in there to help seal everything up.
Yeah.
Technically, I don't have to have the head gasket in with that fire ring in there, but I needed the 10,000ths to clear the valves safely.
I'm in the 6,000 shims on mine. But I had to up the compression on that oppie because I poured it, took so much out when I poured it and polished it. I had to increase the compression to make up for the flow, or to be up to the flow.
That's the thing about them opposed twins. They don't like to have just the head shaved. They like to have them both done in correspondence. If you port and polish them, you got to do the heads. I've seen a few guys try to mill them heads like they do the K series, and they do not like that.
And if you take some off the head, you better take some off the flop.
Yeah. I actually got 3 private messages today from people asking if I'm going to pull this year because they haven't heard anything from me. I missed a couple of the testing tunes and haven't been around. I told them, yeah, I'll be around. I just got to get stuff finished.
We're growing now. We're getting more and more people in here.
I shared a video on Twisted's page.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you, David.
You up?
Hey, Nate, you would have to, just like anything you remove the governor from, you have to upgrade that rod and that flywheel.
Flywheel very minimal.
Yeah.
You might get away with the rod and the crank for a little while, but flywheel is a have to.
Yeah.
Well, if you can get a machine shop to actually put like a automotive style bearing in the factory connecting rod, they'll last a while. But definitely the flywheel.
You know, the opposed connection rods hold together pretty well for.
Yes, they do.
But they don't have the lateral force on them that the V twin does either.
Right.
Well, those opposed twins were tanks anyway.
Well, an opposed twin is a torque monster.
Yeah.
In stock configuration. You go to modifying it and stuff, and then, you know, it really becomes a torque monster. See, but everybody I race with, they're tuning their engines and everything and their chassis to 7,500, 8,000, 9,000 RPM.
Hi, Junkyard.
I'm tuning my stuff to 5,500. I make more power at 5,500 RPMs than they do at 10,000.
They think they got to spin it to win it. I had to quit pulling my opposed twin for a little while because on the Briggs, the 18 horses, 42 cubic inches, and they went from using a horsepower rating to a cubic inch rating, and 20 horse was the max to start. Well, then when everybody started getting the 18 horse opposed twins, the guys with the Kohler V twins were only 3,600 or 36 cubic or 39 cubic inches, and they were bitching and complaining because we had more cubic inch. So they made us quit pulling them.
I buy every 46 big bore I can get my hands on.
Hey, Junkyard, thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah, I got a 42 cube posed, the 18 horse.
Yeah, I got several of them. Brandon, I gotta jump out and throw some fuel in this thing.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool, Junkyard. They're getting them straight around there, buddy. Good to hear that. But my old 42 cubic inch tractor may be making some appearances this summer. But I got to get the modified done first.
I think my next build after mini bike racer, I'm gonna go ahead and build a racing mower. But I'm going stock. I'm too chicken shit to race with any of the other stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Brandon, once you get in the stock one, that won't be enough for you in a year or so, and then you'll want to go a little more and a little more.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it always goes.
Yep.
Unless you want to be a cheat and stay in the stock class and do what you can.
Yeah. Well, I like those Vanguard V twins a lot, but man, I don't know. It's hard to beat those opposed twins sometimes.
Hey Willie, for torque and stuff, the opposed twin will outdo the Vanguard. The weak part of the Vanguards is the valve train in them, the push rods and stuff. It really, I guess, depends on what you want to do with it.
That customer I was dealing with was trying to drop off a motorcycle.
Hey, Craig, if I can find the pictures, I'll post them in the hangout box. There is a guy that pulls on the national quarter scale level that has a mini turbine tractor. It's actually a starter motor for a bigger turbine. There's also a couple guys that run superchargers, like automotive style, the belt drive superchargers. They've got a couple of them running too. Yeah, but Willie, the Briggs does their cubic inch rating to horsepower rating a little different on the old opposed twins. The 18 horse Briggs opposed twin is a larger cubic inch than what like most of the Kohler's V twins that the guys are running. The Kohler V twin, the 20 horses are 39 cubic inches, and the 18 horse opposed Briggs is a 42 cubic inch. That's why I had to quit running my opposed twin for a while, because some of the clubs I was pulling with went to a cubic inch rating, and it put me up with the 45 cubic inch V twins, and that 18 I couldn't hang with them. They made me go into the modified class because they didn't have a stock 25.
I'm sitting here looking at a 19.5 Briggs opposed twin, $300.
It's not a bad price.
No, especially it being right here in town.
Like I said, and like Stacy said, they are torque monsters.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to run them at high RPM to get that torque out of them.
I always load them on mowing mowers because you can never bog them down hardly.
I don't know. You cut some of the grass I've been cutting, you'll bog it down. At field that's beside my house, it's basically just an empty lot, and I'll cut it. You'll see the field in a couple of the videos where I run my go-kart on. It's a little over half an acre. But that stuff gets about 3.5 feet tall.
I got a neighbor that's fields like that, and she waits until it grows up super tall before telling me to cut it.
Yeah.
It tears up my wool horse.
You almost need a sickle to cut it.
I need to put the sickle mower on my farm-all cub when I get it fixed.
He wants to buy a junkyard. He wants to buy my Polar tractor, or he wants to buy a Polar tractor. No, Jay, I didn't. I looked all over for him, and I must have got him or gave him to another guy that I know that runs Briggs. Sorry about that. Honestly, junkyard, it'd probably be easier if he would just save his pennies and build his own, because I got quite a lot wrapped up in mine.
Well, that light was a little too bright.
Hey, Fuller, what do you think about the Intech?
The Intech engines?
Yeah.
They're a good stock motor. I mean, for mowers and stuff like that.
Don't get me started on those damn darn carburetors.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
I was wondering if you was going to catch on to that.
Those darn Nicky carburetors.
Yeah, if you get. Yeah, if you can get the carburetor issues straightened out on them, they're okay.
Best thing to do, though, for anybody with those engines is to put an inline fuel shut off, just in case.
Yeah.
They hydro lock easy.
Well, either hydrolock or fill your crankcase full of gasoline, and if you don't check your oil on a regular basis, that's a really bad thing.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those Nicky carburetors that have cleaned and they still surge when you put them back on. I'm just not a fan of them.
No. I can't wait till the day that somebody actually cracks the fuel injection system on the Kohlers to where you can make it an adjustable, like on a car. That way you can put a turbocharger on them.
Yeah.
Well, some of those have a JTAG system set up into it where they can write to it. Once you write to it once, you can write to it multiple times.
Yeah, but the injectors themselves won't handle the fuel that we want to put through them. Like when you switch them over to alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They won't the delivery system on them, the control box and stuff they can do, but to actually make it not a I don't want to say a port injection, but a like a carburetor injection like the old style.
Yeah.
Which you have to run. You can't run a direct injection motor. The injectors they can't do it. They've been trying. Now they are making us a new class. They have made a new class for The single cylinders where they're doing a port injection, but it's a mechanical pump ran off the cam. But you still can't turbocharge it.
Yeah.
Twisted, Mama's gone.
I read somewhere that EPA is wanting to do away with carburetors on new engines. They want them to all go to fuel ejection. That's going to be expensive.
Well, it can be if it's not done right.
Yeah.
Because you'll wind up spending, excessive money here and there trying to find the right injector with the right amount of fuel delivery in order for it to run correctly.
Yeah.
Too much fuel, of course, you run it too rich, floods it out constantly. Too lean, you wind up burning your piston and your cylinder up.
Yeah.
And let's not even talk about the valves and when it does that.
Well, the issue I'm seeing, you're gonna start seeing with the fuel injection is getting dirt in the injectors, and like you said, they start running lean.
Yeah.
Start burning motors up.
I have seen some people run double filters on a filter pot. Think about it like this. You got your standard, lawnmower filter, which is roughly about 2 to 3 inches long, which is most of your standards. The filter pots are about 4 inches long, and the inlet and outlet is on the same end. That way all the dirt settles at the bottom.
Yeah, but are the manufacturers going to do that, or are they just going to?
Well, depending on the amount of fuel pressure, if you're running 10 to 20 pounds of fuel pressure, which is a low pressure system for your injectors, you don't really need anything more than that, on a small engine like that. Most of your car engines will run anywhere from 45 to 120 pounds on a fuel rail.
Right.
2 cylinders, you could probably max it out at between 35, 45 pounds. But you can make that filter pot easily with aluminum.
Yep.
Matter of fact, you could probably use the oil overflow canisters that they've been using for the small engines, because they have a filter inside of it.
Yeah.
And they screw together. Most of them screw together with fine thread and an O-ring gasket at the top.
I think it's going to push a lot of small engine mechanics out of work because, if it's like push mowers and stuff, they find a way to fuel eject those. It'd be cheaper to buy a new push mower than it would be for to bring it to us to fix it.
Yeah, because your injection will run you almost $140.
Yeah.
And that's on the low end. Now you can buy a brand new push mower from Walmart for like $140.
Of course, prices of mowers is probably going to go up with that if they ever do get where.
Oh yeah, you can bet if Walmart has one, it's going to be pricey, between $300 to $500 each.
Yeah.
Mower. Well, the aluminum push rods, Jay, if you think about the weight to length ratio of an aluminum push rod versus a steel push rod, there's considerable amount of weight there that's having to be moved, and that steals horsepower. Now you might be able to look into a titanium push rod, which is going to be extremely pricey. But titanium is a lot lighter than steel, but yet still a little bit heavier than the aluminum.
So you can also, if you find some out of another engine, even a Kohler or whatever, that are steel, they just need to be roughly the same diameter and ground down to the correct length.
Yeah. There he is. Hey, Twisted, unmute yourself.
There's also
there you go.
a place around me. It's called Lakota Racing. They make adjustable push rods out of steel.
Nice.
I run them in my motor. I've even heard of guys running ones out of small block Chevys and stuff. You just got to cut them to length. That's all.
Yeah, I use small block Ford stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Hot Rod, I was reading your question on there. Those copper gaskets, like me and Ed were talking about, with the fire ring in them, will help solve that problem.
Yes. Yeah, the copper gaskets will hold up to the heat a lot better, and they're stronger.
Night, Junkyard.
Night, Junkyard. Sending prayers for the little one.
If you can get the copper gasket with the fire ring in it, if you burn through that fire ring, you got more problems than a head gasket.
Yep.
Night, Junkyard.
Night, Junkyard. Hey, I've been praying for little one, man. Man, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna stay in the stream, but I'm gonna keep rolling, brother.
Okay, that's fine.
Make the miles, Stacy.
Yes, sir.
I hadn't felt good all day, and I laid down about 10 o'clock this morning. I got up, did my live stream, and pulled out, and I drove for about an hour and a half this morning after that live stream. Laid down, went back to sleep, and slept a little longer than I wanted to. I hadn't felt good. Still don't feel good, but I got to get some of these miles on.
Where are you at now?
Somewhere in Missouri. Hang on a minute, I can tell you. Look at my fuel receipt. Concordia, Missouri.
Okay.
I'm just trying to run enough off today that I can hit where I need to be tomorrow. Y'all know what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Hot Rod, I put you a message in there in the chat. I think Zach Kerber Machine makes those copper head gaskets for those Briggs, or at least he used to. If he don't have them, he would probably be able to tell you where you can get them. He's a pretty good guy, machine shop wise and stuff. He does a lot with kart racing and stuff too. I know for a while he was making lots of stuff for the clone engines, the Honda clones. Hi, Low Lids. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Mr. Low Lid, how you doing?
Hello, Lid.
Did you see that 6-disc clutch system? Well, it's the 4-disc clutch assembly he's got on there on his website.
On Zach's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the 5-puck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I couldn't have got the pressure plates and stuff made for mine, that's what I was gonna buy, is the 5-puck.
Seen the 4. I hadn't seen the 5 yet.
It's in there.
Yeah, $649 for the 4.
He may have taken the 5-puck off. Sometimes he takes them on and off depending on what his stock is.
Yeah.
But the 5-puck he was making for the diesel tractors.
Yeah.
Those clutches aren't cheap, but the great thing about them is they're rebuildable, and they're one of the top clutches to have.
Yeah, I see he's got that billet steel flywheel on there too.
Yep. You see that crank trigger ignition that he's got in there?
Not yet.
That's what I'm running.
Hey Ed, do you have the tools to put bigger valves in a block, or you farm that out?
What's that, Stace? I missed it.
I said, do you have the tools to increase the size of the valve in a block, or do you farm that stuff out?
I have the valve seat tools and the valve cutting tools. Yes. I can only do the single angle ones. I can't do the doubles. I don't have the cutter to do the second angle, but usually the single is good enough.
You have the tool to take the old seat out, cut it bigger, and put a new seat in?
No, I do not have that.
Yeah, I want to increase the valve size. And I know the name of the tools. I just can't say it right now for some reason.
Is it the Knee-Way?
Well, they make several different companies make them.
Knee-Way's the most popular brand. They're not cheap though. They're expensive. So I haven't got one yet.
The new wave valve seat cutters and valve cutters is what I have.
I think those kits start out like $200-$300.
The kit.
I have the stuff to do a 3-angle valve job. I want to increase the size of the valve.
Gotcha.
Right.
which involves taking the seed out, cutting the block, putting a new seed in with a new valve, and then doing the 3-angle valve job.
Right. There's a machine shop here that'll do like the overhead valves that we run.
Yeah.
They'll do them fairly cheap for us, so I can't really justify paying the money for the tool to do it when I can have it done there.
Yeah, getting anybody to work on a flathead anymore is getting hard. It's hard to do.
Well, I see the 12 puck disc in the diesel section.
Yeah, he may, like I said, he may have taken the 5 puck off, depending on what he has in the stocks and stuff. The 4 puck's really good. I was just going to go with the 5 because there wasn't that much of a price difference in it.
Right. Yeah, he must have pulled it off. The 12 puck ain't but 175.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about plugging more, but I'm afraid we'll be putting them, making the mods work even harder.
I say plug away.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said, Brandon.
He said he was scared to keep plugging his channel out there, and he'd wind up with overworking his mods.
Hell, there's enough of us. We can handle anything comes in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Craig's like a bulldog. He don't let anything get by.
Worst case scenario, you can always hit the abort button. You know.
Yep.
I'd hate to do that. We have a history on this channel when it comes to live streams, at least making it close to 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Me and David are known for 6 and 7 hour live streams.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I do good to set still for 3 hours. I'm a very hyper person. People probably think I'm on drugs because I'm so hyper. It's just the way I've always been.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
Nope.
No.
One weekend, I want to get all the live streamers together and maybe get some new guys to live stream. But I want to do a 48-hour consecutive smallengination live stream.
Ooh.
But the way we would have to do it, we'd have to do it in shifts. Like I would go on for 2 hours, you know, and then at the end of my stream, I'd say, okay, everybody go to David Johnson. And then David would go for 2 hours. At the end of his, okay, everybody go over to Polar Bear. So on and so forth. And I would love to see a 48-hour non-stop live stream within the smallengination.
That would be awesome.
That would get us all some view time, all get everybody connected. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm forever finding people, like, I'll go on an 8 stream. Every time I go in an 8 stream, I'll pick up 1 or 2 more people that, you know, didn't watch me. I do the same thing off of David and Doug, and, you know.
Yep.
Hell, off of Brandon, there's guys that follow Brandon in Texas that I don't have that, you know.
This is why I can never leave the state. You know, I'm popular here. I'm a big thing.
Well, Mickey helped me and you with the local crowd quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're trying to make me spend money I ain't got yet.
And that's what it's like going to bidding on these auctions. You're spending money you don't got yet.
Puller's good for it though. He'll send you these stores knowing good and well your mouth's gonna start watering, your wallet's gonna start crying.
Yeah. And that's just one.
See, you need to stop. My wallet's already cussing me out.
I can post 2 or 3 more places that sell that same stuff.
Good job, Tracer and Craig.
See, it did take long to get people in here doing it.
That's all right. We don't feed the trolls around here. We just, send them on their happy little merry way somewhere else.
Yeah, we
Greg
don't
with
feed
his
them.
man pistol.
We don't feed them. We kick them in the balls.
Trying to think of groups I haven't posted on yet. I got a lot of them.
Hey, Dave, did you find them crank triggers yet?
Not the crank trigger, but I did find those the 5-pup. I'm down here next to the bottom of the page. Actually, I just hit the bottom of the page.
Are you on Midwest Super Cub?
Kerber.
Oh, Zach Kirby, yeah.
I did not. I forgot about. I don't think I'm even on that.
If they make it, Zach Kerber's got it, but you're going to pay dearly for it.
Right.
Yeah, but his prices on most stuff's better than Midwest's and Lakota's.
Hadn't seen anything with the crank yet.
Look under ignition systems.
That would probably help.
I'm not laughing at you. Yeah, I am.
That dual coil he sells for the twins, each one of them's 80,000 volts. It'll make you piss yourself if you touch it.
I don't think I want to touch it yet.
That's what I run on my tractor.
Hey, Ed.
Yeah.
Ed, you ever run one with a flying magnet?
No.
No flywheel, just a flying magnet on it.
No.
Oh, you want to talk about out of the hole? Jesus Christ! And they'll turn 11, 12,000 RPMs. The rest of it will hold together.
Well, that's the way those crank triggers are. They got the little pickups on the PTO end, and it just has 2 little pickups down there that when that magnet goes by, it fires that coil. And that like I said, it's a one coil with 2 wires coming out of it, but it's split inside, and each side will send 80,000 volts down to the motor.
Yeah.
That's right there at the top of the page.
Yeah.
That flying magnet setup looks similar to a bicycle wheel. But you got a starter ring gear, and you just got, I think it's 5 legs that come off of it, and you have a magnet stuck to it. There's no flywheel, starter ring, and like it looks like a bicycle wheel. To hold your starter ring, and the magnets just on there. And don't weigh anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them before.
You have to run it with a balanced crank or you'll fling everything to pieces.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, I see the single cylinder trigger kit and the replacement sensor.
Yep.
It's not
They make a
bad.
double.
That setup actually came from a European motorcycle. We used to run about the same thing inside the crankcase there.
Yeah, it come from BMW, I think.
Yeah, BMW are one of them. Instead of running points, that's what they ran to fire their coils.
It wasn't BMW, it was Gordon. I think Gordon did it. Well,
Yeah,
BMW does it too.
Yeah.
BMW still does it to this day, I think.
A lot of them do. It's basically electronic ignition. I mean,
Yep.
but the nice thing about that setup is you can fine tune your timing. Hi, Mudster. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Which Mountain Dew are you talking about? There's two different types. You got the old yellow, you got the clear.
Yeah, Dave, you can run them crank triggers on just about anything as long as you got the room for that pickup on that PTO side.
Yeah.
And like I said, all you got to do is find top dead center and mark it on your flywheel and put a pointer on it. And you can use the Jeg Cells timing tape, put on the side of your flywheel, and you can adjust your timing in. Like I run, well, when I was running gas, I was running about 32 to 34 degrees timing on my motor.
Yeah.
And you can dial that sucker right in, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, the ARC flywheel that I just picked up from ARC, it's already running 32 degree on it.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that adjustment in there because sometimes your motor, not every motor will like that 32 degrees. You know.
You're right about that. That's the reason why I bought that dial indicator. So I'm not going to be running a key in mine.
Mm-hmm. See, you can get away with that. I have to have a key in mine because my clutch runs off my flywheel.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, and you'll spin that sucker right on that crank.
Yeah, you won't need no lapping compound on that one.
It's kind of neat though when it happens. I mean, I've seen guys break them. That motor shuts off right now, or it starts misfiring real bad, and then it shuts off.
Yeah.
That's one real good way to screw your crank up.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've seen that happen to a few of the smaller engines, 3.5 horsepower motor on a lawnmower. Somebody had hit. It was a metal stake sticking out of the ground. I think it was a piece of rebar as a property marker. The grass was just high enough that it hit it. And he was supposed to have painted it, bright orange so you could see it even though the grass was up. They eased the front of the lawnmower down. When they did, they caught that metal stub and it backfired for about 2 minutes and it cut off. And they worked on it for almost 3 hours, pulling on the rope. I almost got it. Yeah, you ain't getting it.
I had a student about 3 years ago bring a mower back to me and say, "Well, this thing ain't cutting right." and he went to start it, and I heard the blade banging, and they actually tipped it back and looked, and the ends of the blade were rolled up.
Ooh.
He hit a water box, the water shutoff valve in a yard.
Yeah.
It broke the key, and don't ask me how it happened. You could see where the flywheel had spun inside the crank, but it had stopped close enough that he got it started again.
Oh, he got lucky on that part.
Yeah. How it did not break the crank, I do not know.
Mm.
You know, but yeah, when he brought it back and I heard the blade clipping underneath the deck, I'm like, whoa, you got a bent blade, man. That's why it's not cutting. And he tipped it back, and I looked at it. I'm like, what did you hit? Well, I heard it hit something, but I didn't know what it was. Well, when they went back out and seen where he'd stopped mowing, it was one of them round water box shutoff boxes. Well, that water box got lowered because they usually mow that area with a riding mower, but the push mowers are set about 3/4 to an inch lower than the riding mowers, than the zero turns, and that's the only way that they were missing it with the zero turn.
Ooh. That's not good.
Oh, we go through sets of mower blades every year. It's just common practice. I mean, I think right now I've got 3 sets for we got 6 zero turns, and I think I got 3 sets for each one.
We are running 56 or 72 inch.
We have 360s. I'll take that back. 460s, 272s, and the 104.
Okay.
Oh, and a 66. Forgot about the 66.
That's an odd one.
It's a shit. I can't even think of the name of it now. We used to use them all the time. We run Hustlers now. It's red. I can't even think of it. I'm drawing a blank.
I'll be back, guys.
We'll be here.
I'll leave my metal guy to watch over everything. There you go. To watch everything. Oh, wait. There we go.
There you go.
He's in charge.
The only name I'm coming up with is Ferris, but it's not Ferris.
It ain't that Outlaw, Dixie Outlaw, is it?
No. It's gonna bug me now. It's getting to be too late.
I hate it when I do that.
Yeah. X mark. X marks the spot. Yeah, X marks the spot.
Huh. That uses it's 38-inch blade. The 28-inch blade, ain't it?
It's an oddball, but I can't remember. It's a zero turn. The blades are even different than anything else I've ever seen. They're thicker than most regular mower blades.
Huh. That sounds more like the commercial blades.
They are, but they're about well, the place where we get the parts from. Each blade's about $8 more than our other than our Hustlers. But also when when you buy the Hustler blades, I buy them usually about 4 or 5 sets at a time. They give me a pretty good deal on them.
Yeah. That sounds like a 3/8 inch blade.
Yeah, it's probably close to it.
They'll hold the edge pretty good too.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I service them every 40 hours, and I usually swap blades out and put new blades on them every 40 hours.
Nice.
Sorry, buddy, my iPad died. I had to switch to my phone.
Oh, you good? How's the missus doing?
Oh, meaner than hell.
So she's doing good.
She's doing normal. I know when she's nice to me, she's not feeling good. So,
Yeah.
or she wants something.
You be running into a hell of a situation if she ain't feeling good and wants something.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good gal. She takes good care of my old ass. I can't see the chat anymore, so. I was running Hangouts on my iPad, watching the chat on my phone, and my iPad died on me because I had like 3 maps running and Hangouts and a whole bunch of other stuff running all at the same time.
Jay, I believe so. Yeah. You might have to modify the deck a little bit, but yeah, you should be able to.
That's one thing I do need to do one of these days. I got an old snapper engine mower that I've taken the mower deck off. I call it my gearhead power chair. I use it to tow my tractor and stuff around the pits. Looks kind of cool. It's got the single pipe, so it looks like a power chair,
Oh yeah.
But it's pull start, but it has everything it needs to have an electric start put on it. I've looked the model number and stuff up of the engine. It must be really old because I can't find the correct starter for it. It's a Briggs, and I'm thinking all the Briggs in that genre are all the same starter.
No, I'm pretty sure they would be.
Is it a flathead?
Yeah, it's an old flathead.
The starter's the same. It don't matter if it's an Oppie, a single cylinder, or whatever. They all use, the flatheads all use the same starter.
Yeah.
Already. That's what I needed to know.
You may have to change the gear on the top, which is nothing. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
Because some of them had a steel gear, some of them had a plastic gear, and the plastic gear had one more tooth than the steel gear.
Yeah.
Still held in with that cotter pin at the top, ain't it?
Yeah, those are always fun to change out.
Briggs makes a tool to change those gears, and it's not very expensive. You can, I imagine you can find it on. I'm gonna change one of them. I have to buy a new tool, so I put it down somewhere, and where I put it, or somebody walks off with it.
Okay, your audio just went crazy.
Are we off there?
We're on air, but I think your headphones come unplugged or something there, Stacy. Yeah, because I'm getting too old to get on and off that
Hello.
thing to post. Yep, you're back.
Are we still online or are we off air?
No, we lying.
We're still going.
Oh, mine says off air up in the top corner. But
No,
No,
mine
it's
still
still
says live. Yeah, I want to put a battery and stuff on it to basically because I want the electric start on that motor, but I want to be able to like jump start other tractors and stuff like that if need be. Run a small tire pump and stuff off of it so I don't have to run back to the truck and stuff if the tires need air or something like that too.
yeah, if you look on Amazon, you can probably find that starter, that tool to change that starter gear.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not the easiest job without it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it without it. It's just a pain in the ass to do.
Oh, I got a buddy that works at a actual shop. If I need it changed, I'll just get a hold of him. Matter of fact, I'll probably just get the starter off of him too. He's probably got a shit ton of them laying around down there.
If you don't let me know, I got a box full of them.
Do you remember which gear you have on yours, Fuller?
It doesn't have an electric start on it now. It's pull start.
Oh, okay. You got the ring gear on it?
Yep, it's got the ring gear. It's got the stator in it. Everything. It's not the right motor for the tractor.
Gotcha.
All you need is bolt up a starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that thing had a 6 horse or something on it, and it's now like an 8 horse.
I took a
buddy
snapper. It wasn't a snapper, but it's a snapper style mower. Has a 1 tube down the middle of it. You know, just like the snapper did, but it wasn't a snapper. And I think it had a 7 or 7.5, maybe an 8 horse rope start on it. And we unbolted it, took it off, and put a 20 horse Vanguard on it. Took the governor out of it, and you want to talk about a crazy ride. That was a wheelie machine right there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things like a pump rollies without all that.
Yeah, them old Toros. Some of the old Toros had that single pipe in them.
That's what it was an old Toro.
And my grandfather had one of those. It had a 3-speed manual shift with reverse gearbox.
It had a Peerless 700 in it. That's exactly that's where we get them from most of the time.
So that's actually the tractor I was looking for, not the snapper, because the snapper has that rubber wheel that runs against that disc.
Yeah.
And yep, I was actually looking for one of the ones that had the gearbox in it, but my buddy had that one sitting there, and he said, "If you want it, take it. If you can get it running." I got it. It sat outside my house for I don't know how many years, and I brought it up to the garage one day because I was tired of pushing my tractor around the pits and stuff. I took the gas tank off, took the carburetor off, cleaned them all out, put fresh gas in it, 3 pulls, and the thing fired up and didn't even miss or surge.
Wow.
It didn't even change the spark plug. I just wanted to see if it'd fire up. I was going to do a full oil change and everything on it, but I wanted to make sure it was going to run first.
Don't blame me there.
I used it all last.
Them old flatheads, if you can get fire to them and gas to them, they'll run.
Yep.
As long as they're in time.
Well, yeah, if the key ain't sheared, but I mean, that ain't nothing. I want to find a 212 with electric start. I can't find one to save my life.
I've seen several of them.
I know Tillotson makes one, but
No, I seen a different one. It wasn't a Tillotson.
What about what's that, Duramax?
do they make a 212 electric start though?
I'm pretty sure they do. That's what Redbeard uses.
He uses the equivalent of the 420. I've never seen him use a 212. I could be wrong because Lord knows I'm gonna leave it alone because I'll get in trouble. But
Tractor just said Duramax does have one.
Yeah, but they're calling theirs a 7 horsepower instead of 6.5.
Well, if you look on the new Predator engine box, you'll notice that it's no longer saying 6.5; it's saying 7 in the small print.
yeah,
I noticed that when I bought that other engine a couple of weeks ago. Lifen makes a 212 with electric start. It's $282.
before I spent that on a 212, I'd go on and put a little more money with it and buy a 420.
Yeah, exactly.
The Duramax is 218 with electric start. But you can, for a little bit more, you can get the 420.
But
Yep.
I really don't want to put a 420 on a bar stool.
Yeah, well,
It'd be fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun when you first hit the gas. Anything after that, yeah, you're gonna be looking at the sky.
Well, see, the problem with it is a rational person with some common sense would probably be okay with a 420 on there. Just because you got it don't mean you're going to use it. But I'm the kind of person, if I got it, I'm going to use it, you know?
Whiskey throttle it.
Too much is never enough.
Right. Yeah, Craig says 420 or a small block Chevy.
Yeah.
There's actually one at that swap meet with a small block.
A bar stool?
Yeah, at the Go Power Sports tent.
You know they got money tied up in that.
I don't want no part of that.
It's bigger than your average bar stool in a way.
What? You think?
Yeah. I mean, they made the wheelbase a lot wider, so I guess so, you know, don't turn over.
Yeah.
I got all those cart parts and stuff, you know, and I thought, well, hell, I'll just build me a. I've been talking about building a bar stool forever. I started the frame, you know, and I thought, well, shit, I got all these cart parts and stuff here. Now I got everything I need to finish my bar stool thing, and I was gonna put a rope start 212 on there, but I really want something with electric start, and I've been trying to figure out how to put reverse on it.
You need a gearbox for that. That's for sure.
Well, I'm thinking about putting a vertical shaft motor on it and using the Peerless 700.
I told you I had the Peerless 700 sitting up here on the shelf.
Yeah, I just got to get over there to get it.
I also got a bunch of those old school gearboxes that's forward, neutral, and reverse.
The single speed.
Yep.
The foot, are they the foot ones?
You know what? I can't remember.
Yeah, if they're made by foot, you might as well scrap them.
Yeah.
But if I use a vertical shaft motor and a Peerless 700 transmission, I would have to raise everything up. I was trying to keep all the weight as close to the ground as I could. I guess I could raise it up and put a skid plate underneath it.
Yeah, you don't want to hang no rock in the driveway with this for sure.
Well, we have a big, huge, citywide flea market thing in Texas called Canton First Monday Flea Market.
Yep.
And I was thinking about building a couple of those gas-powered bar stools for me and Tabitha to ride around up there.
That would be cool.
Because I know they rent the scooters and stuff, and I've seen people with gas-powered golf carts and shit riding around up there.
Just take your race tractor up there. You'll get through a lot quicker.
Yeah. That thing don't do so good. That thing don't do so good just sitting there idling. It's supposed to overheat.
I'll just put Tabitha in a trailer behind and just zip down and then turn around and go back and see if there's anything you want.
Yeah. I was gonna take them build me a couple electric bar stools and get them it's like a wagon, they sell it. Tractor Supply, it's got the heavy duty off-road tires and shit.
That monster cart or something they call it.
Yeah, and then just drag them wagons around with them bar stools, you know.
That would be cool.
You could get one of those electric wheelchairs, Stacy, and modify that and put on your bar stool, and that way they're electric.
Yeah, nah. If I'm gonna do that, I'll just rent a scooter from there. I mean, you know.
That's the problem with some of those swap meets. They only want you to use electric.
I was thinking about finding an old recliner and getting one of those power chairs and building a subframe under the recliner and, you know, mounting that motor and stuff underneath there. And
next you're going to use the toilet.
Get you a 12-pack of beer. That would be a DWEZ.
Yep.
Driving Wild Easy chairs. Or Easy Boy. What is it? Easy Boy chairs? Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy chairs. That's what it is. DWLZ. LB.
LBZ.
Yeah.
Or LZB. Yeah. I've seen the guys that put the motors on the couches and stuff like that, but I thought a Lazy Boy would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
You get tired and want to take a nap, you just kick the footrest up and kick back.
Yeah, me and Tabitha went to Nashville, and we went downtown where they have all the attractions and stuff. And they have these carts, and they're pedal operated, and it's a bar. They have a bartender in the middle, and everybody sitting around the bar drinking has to pedal in order for them to go. And I seen that thing, and Tabitha goes, "I know what you're thinking, and don't even think about it."
Is that the round one, Stacy?
Huh?
Were they round?
Yeah, they ride around on. It's a rolling bar, and if you're sitting in the bar drinking, you have to pedal.
Is everybody sitting around in a circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those on TV.
I told Tabitha, it'd be real easy for me to put a V-twin on one of them things, and we could come up here and drive around. They wouldn't have to pedal, and you could sell drinks while I was driving. Shit, we make a killing.
Well, something's going on in my neighborhood. I just had 3 volunteer firemen go the opposite way as the fire station down the road.
That's never good.
It might be an EMS call. But the fire station's the opposite direction as they were going.
Brandon, do you know any of them guys that race with Tomb?
I've talked to a few of them. I sold a fork off of a three-wheeler to one guy. I don't know him, but I have talked to him.
Wow.
I'm trying to get in better with them because I kind of want to race a mini bike at least once.
Yeah, I sent Grant a message, trying to get, see if they were interested in running with us,
Yeah. Your best bet is Mike on there over there on that group. I think he's the actual ringleader and does all their scheduling.
Okay. Yeah, that was why I was going to go to Pates, was to try to corner up Grant at the Go Power Sports tent.
Yeah.
I slap ass forgot all about that. It never even crossed my mind that you put that video out, and I was like, shit, I missed it.
Yeah, I wish I would have went there on Saturday, but then I would have missed out on some good deals the first day.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a whole lot of people there.
It looks like there was more people showed up Saturday after I left than they did the actual day, the start day of the swap meet.
Was all the Go Power Sports guys there, Redbeard and Cars and Cameras? And
yeah, but I didn't go up and talk to them because it was eating. I'm not that super stalker.
Shit, I'd have walked right up in the middle of them. Hey, y'all, put that burger down and shake my hand, damn it.
Go up and invite yourself for a plate of food.
Yeah. Hey, Redbeard, give me that hot dog over there.
I have him on Instagram. Comment back and forth every now and then. He's a really down to earth guy.
Yeah, well, that's another topic for another day off air.
Yeah.
I got nothing against him personally.
Well, if anything, we got anything accomplished tonight, we got trolled by a big YouTuber's son.
Yeah, well.
I think that'll, we'll all remember that one. That was pretty funny, I guess.
Yeah, but I wonder if Daddy knows he's out there doing that.
I'm wondering, you know what? I'm wondering if that's what's going on with his YouTube account, that he's been having problems. They've been canceling his comments and stuff.
I may give his daddy a call tomorrow.
I bet you his dad don't know that, and that might be what's been messing around with his YouTube, because he's been having to fight with them to get his comments back.
Stephen Cox worked on a truck for me one time here about 3 years ago, and I still got his card in my wallet.
Yeah, he probably should know about his son, because that might be what's going on with his YouTube account.
Because even if it's not his actual account, it looks enough like his account that if people see him in a chat or something.
Oh no, it's his account. It's verified. It had the check and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I might have to joke with him later on about his son. We joke back and forth sometimes on Instagram.
Well, it's your stream, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But I do think you might ought to put a bug in his daddy's ear, though.
Yeah.
He's got a lot invested in his channel.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, I don't know Stephen Cox personally, but you know, if it was my kid going on his stream, timing people out, stuff like that, I'd want to know about it.
Yeah, because that's where Steven's making a lot of his money right now. He stopped. From what I understand, he's trying to do YouTube full time, but he said something about going back to doing repairs though.
Stephen Cox, Kane.
What you ought to do is send Stephen Cox a link to this live stream, and just put in there, "We were trolled by your son."
Yeah.
I got all excited at first when I saw it.
All right, we're dealing with big celebrity. We made Small Engine Nation history right there.
Night, Jay. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hope to see you again tomorrow, you and Nate.
I bet Jay and Tater are wore out. Well, hell, it's late. It's 11 o'clock there.
Yep. 11 o'clock here, too. Like I said, we're in the future.
I can never remember where the time zone is on this side of the country. I know I woke up in Mountain Time this morning, and I'm in Central Time now, and I'll probably be on Eastern Time before I go to bed. So
You're time traveling.
yeah. I like going the other way, though, because I can slow down going the other way. This way I have to speed up. Where is the Eastern Time Zone at? Is it between Missouri and Illinois, or?
I believe it runs down through that way.
Maybe further east than that.
Well, Horse is in Eastern, and he's in Michigan, aren't you, Horse?
Yeah, but Horse is in another country, you know. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Wilbur.
Ah, you Mr. Ed.
You know, I actually looked at Mr. Ed reruns on YouTube and watched a couple of them the other night after talking to him. I used to love that show when I was a kid.
And what was the one with the mule?
Damn it. I know which one you're talking about. It was very similar to Mr. Ed, but
it was like it come after Mr. Ed.
Well, the mule's name was Jack.
Francis. Hey, wasn't it Francis the
Francis.
talking mule or something?
Francis, that's it. Yeah. Francis.
Yeah, Francis the talking mule.
Yeah, that wasn't on there as long as Mr. Ed was. My dad, when I was a kid, my dad had a horse that looked just like Mr. Ed. Matter of fact, that's what Daddy called him was Ed. And looks like they repaved 70. It's pretty smooth across there. Last time across there, it was rough as shit.
You taking 70 clear out through Columbus, in Ohio?
No, I'm gonna run 70 over to St. Louis and then jump on 64, run over to 57 and drop down to 24, go into Nashville.
Okay.
And take 24 all the way down through Chattanooga over to 75 and then drop down through Atlanta.
Yeah, I used to watch Mr. Ed. I watched Francis the Talking Mule and Ma and Paul Kettle.
Yeah, and late at night you watch Bonanza.
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to old Hoss Cartwright. I don't know what his real name was, but he was a big old boy now.
Yes, he was.
I know Michael Landon is dead. Lauren Green is dead. I think Hoss Cartwright, whatever his real name was, I think he died too. And I don't remember what the oldest boy's name was, but
I remember watching all them shows on Sunday mornings.
oh, Bonanza was on every night late at night. I've always been a night owl, even when I was a kid. Oh shit.
Low Lid said Haas died way back.
Yeah, I think Hoss died before Michael Landon did. And Lauren Green, I think he lived till he was in his hundreds, but or close to it. My father-in-law likes to watch Gunsmoke reruns. I liked Bonanza, but I never got into Gunsmoke.
No.
Miss Kitty didn't do anything for me. I mean, no, Festus was funny, but wasn't funny enough for me to sit through an hour show, you know.
Petticoat Junction?
I watched that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I like the girls on it, but
yeah. I think that's why most everybody watched it.
Yeah.
I sent Steven an email.
Brandon and all these other people in here going, what are they talking about?
Actually, I grew up watching reruns of all the Gunsmoke and Bonanza and all that.
Yeah, I never was a Gunsmoke fan. Huh?
Wild West. That's another old one.
Yeah. The Lone Ranger, I watched that a little bit.
Green
Acres.
Acres. Yeah. Now I got the theme
Trying to-
song stuck in my head.
Do what?
I got the theme song for Green Acres stuck in my head right now.
Oh, Green
Other than that-
Acres. Green Acres. That's the one I was trying to think of. Green Acres is a place to be. I'll be singing that all night now. Oh. How long we been on, Brandon?
Almost 2 hours. A little over 2 hours. Somewhere right around that area.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been in this seat way too long today. And there's a rest area 2 miles up the road, and I'm fixing to put my butt in it. So.
Yeah, we'll probably call it short because I got work to do tomorrow too. Even though it's a Sunday, I still got to work.
Hey, I work 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Thing about being self-employed.
The only thing about being self-employed is, you know, the boss is an asshole most of the time.
Yeah, he's always an asshole.
Well, I'm always arguing with that sorry son of a gun anyway.
Yeah.
Night, Peeper.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off of here, Brandon. Thank you for having me on. I'm just tired. I'll catch all you guys later. Next
All right.
Sunday, Brandon, next Sunday, if you want to do it again, I'm game, man.
Well, I'm gonna do my regular panel next week, but June or July, I'm gonna do a metal fabrication live stream.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Trying to do some themed live streams this summer.
That's a pretty good
Jay'd be a
idea.
good one to have on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get home and get in the shop, that'd be neat to do one weekend. I was at home where I could get in my shop, mess around with y'all.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting tired too, so I think I'll call it a night too, guys.
All right.
Well,
Thanks for having us on, Brandon.
Well, thank y'all for coming, even though we got trolled a few times.
Hey,
Well, that makes it fun.
That's what all them blue wrenches are for, man.
Hey, that means I'm getting somewhere, getting bigger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got a lot of haters.
When you get at least a thumbs down on every video, you've accomplished something.
Hey, we got one tonight.
There you go. Yeah. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Night, guys.
Night, everyone. Thanks for coming in.